Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2026 year here in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure to be back with you. Hello, I'm Howard McCain, here to bring you tonight's play-by-play action as it happens. Dave Davenport is our engineer producer, and Mike Davenport will be on the cameras for tonight's matchup, where your Apprentice School Lady Builders, led by their first-year head coach, Aisha Gainey, who brings her Lady Builders into this game tonight with an 8-3 record, taking on the Panthers from Denmark Technical College out of Denmark, South Carolina. Their head coach is Javon Gilliard. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have for you tonight is a top 10 matchup. Yeah, you heard me, a top 10 matchup. Both of these teams coming to tonight's contest ranked in USAA polls. The Lady Builders come in ranked number 4, while the Panthers come in ranked number 10. This should be a good one as the 8-3 Lady Builders take on the 6-6 Panthers from Denmark Technical College. Once again, we will be right here with you, ladies and gentlemen, at the Apprentice School Athletic Center on the campus of the Apprentice School located in Newport News, Virginia, on the campus of Newport News Shipbuilding. Folks, this should be a good one. Lady Builders playing awesome. They have an overall 8-3 record, 2-0 in conference play. That is the New South Athletic Conference. They are currently 4-1 at home under Coach Gainey. Coach Gilliard in the pregame said, listen, my team wants to get up and down. We press the basket offensively, and we press the basketball defensively. Will the Lady Builders be able to handle this press tonight from a very good Panther basketball team? Why don't you stick and stay with us to see and find out for yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the MLK Classic here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. We're about ready for tip-off. Both teams have starting lineups have been introduced. They're making their way to the center logo, and we'll be getting underway momentarily. Once we're in play, I will let you know who our starters are, as both teams are now at the center court logo. Ball is tapped. Lady Builders control. Renice Berry to the rack for the first two of the contest. And the Builders with an early 2-0 start. Builders back quickly on defense as the Builders force a turnover. Once again, Renice Berry attacking. Renice already has the first basket of the game, misses the first one. Her second shot, it'll go out of bounds off of Berry. She's joined on the floor by Dejanelle Linton Robinson, Joy Wright, Jayla Stratton, and Neandra Kelly make up the starters for the Lady Builders. For the Panthers, who find themselves in trouble offensively as the Builders press on offense, their starters are Sierra Mustafa, Malaysia Jemison, Takina Dixon, Celeste Kine, as that shot is up and good. That's Malaysia Jemison for her first two. Celeste Kine and Sharon Waters. So Mustafa, Jemison, Dixon, Kine, and Waters make up your starting five for the visiting Panthers, as the Builders, now with just under 9 minutes remaining in the first period, take their third shot of the game. That one is off the mark. Loose ball is going to be last touched by the Lady Builders. 2-2 is our score. Game number 1 of the MLK Classic taking place here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Once again, it is an absolute joy that you are here to join us as the Builders, sticky defense, forces up an errant shot, rebound cleared by Linton Robinson. Berry bumped, no call, her left-hander off the glass, and good. Builders lead 4-2 off the strength of 2 made buckets by Berry. Panthers able to break the press. Panthers all the way to the basket. Robinson clears. Here's Berry. She gets it ahead to Wright. Berry decides to squeeze it from 3. Loose ball tapped around, controlled by Joy Wright, but she's going to be fouled. Sharon Waters will pick up her first personal foul. That will be the team's first. So that will send Joy Wright to the free throw line, the 5'10" freshman out of Jacksonville, Florida, at the line to shoot two to try to increase this Lady Builder lead early in the contest. 8:02 remaining in the first. And the first of two is good. Lady Builders 2-0 in conference play. That's the New South Athletic Conference. Lady Builders ranked 4th in the USAA polls this week, as the second by Joy Wright hits the front of the rim. Panthers back quickly. Attack the basket, nothing doing. Berry with another rebound. Again, here's Joy Wright, who was just fouled a moment ago. Good interior passing there by the Lady Builders, just unable to finish. Here's Waters. Panthers lose control, but get it back is Mustafa. This time they don't contain. They lose control. That is a turnover. So that will be the first turnover for the Panthers this evening as Berry looks to inbound. So far only, well, I take that back. 2 Builders haven't yet to take a shot. I take that back. Only one. That's Neandra Kelly. She's yet to attempt a basket in the first quarter as Berry works off of a screen. Berry off the back of the iron. Loose ball control by the Panthers. Panthers look to attack the basket. Get into the lane. Decide to step back for 3. That shot off the mark. Loose ball control by Berry. Nice feed inside, but even better hands on defense by Malaysia Jemison. She's going to knock that one out of bounds. So the basketball will stay on this end. 26 seconds left on the shot clock. So Joy Wright is going to inbound. She cannot run the baseline. She can only run the baseline off of a made basket. As Berry, her step back 3, off the mark. Waters, long outlet. No foul there. Mustafa able to gather, and she's able to hit underneath, and we're going to get a timeout. Media timeout, first timeout of the evening, 6:32 remaining. Lady Builders lead 5-4 over the Panthers.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Welcome back to the MLK Classic, taking place right here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Howard McCain, Dave Davenport, and Mike Davenport along with you to bring you this evening's contest as your Lady Builders lead the Panthers of Denmark Technical College out of Denmark, South Carolina, 5-4, as Joy Wright able to beat the defense down court. Inside to Robinson. Robinson, strong move. Just unable to connect. Here's Waters. Kind tries to work against the Builder defense. Instead, she turns it over. You know what? I did not give you some very important information, ladies and gentlemen. Your officials for tonight's game. I know that several of you were sitting at home going, wait a minute, when are we going to hear about who the officials are? Your officials tonight are Ryo Hasebe, Jimmy Gerald, and Jalen Washington. That's Hasebe, Gerald, and Washington are your officials. 15 seconds on the shot clock as Kelly works the baseline. Her layup off the mark. Basketball last touched by the Lady Builders. So again, Coach Gilliard said if it's one thing that we can count on is that his team is going to attack the basket, and they're going to be tough while they're doing it. Feed goes inside to Jemison. Jemison, nice move off the mark. Another rebound cleared by Linton Robinson. It's Kelly. Works the baseline once again. Finds Renice for the three-point shot. Linton Robinson off the mark. Loose ball goes out of bounds. Who was it last touched by? They're going to say it was last touched by the Panthers, as substitutions will make their way into the ball game for the Panthers. Number 13, Jaden Exley and Kalia Tucker will come on for the Panthers, who currently trail just by a single point, 5-4. Neither team really finding their scoring stroke early in the basketball game. That feed inside to Linton Robinson is a little off the mark. Lady Builders have to reset now with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Wright. Her shot missed everything, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Basketball will go to the other end of the floor. Lady Builders only shooting about 25% so far in the first period, while the Lady Panthers are only shooting about 28%. Which goes a long way towards this being a 5-4 basketball game. Lady Builders flash as if they're going to press, and they do, trying to force a turnover. Shot clock now with 20. There's going to be a 10-second backcourt violation. Beautiful job by the Lady Builders to put enough pressure on the Panthers where they completely forgot that they had to get the basketball over the timeline. So that's going to be a turnover. That will be the second turnover for the Panthers. Builders nearly turned it over themselves as Sierra Mustafa came close to poking that one away. Lady Builders inbound. Here is Berry. Berry with 4 points so far. Kelly yet to score. Builders with less than 10 on the shot clock as Berry tries to go off the dribble. Her left-handed layoff off the mark, but she is going to be fouled. Malaysia Jemison will be credited with her first personal foul, the team's second. So that will send Renice Berry to the line, the 5'10" guard out of Orlando, Florida, to add to her point total. She already has 4, make it 5. 6-4 now is your score. We're over halfway through. First period of action here at the MLK Classic here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, as the second of 2 goes up for Berry. It's missed, but there's going to be a loose ball foul called underneath. I missed who that personal was called on. It's credited to Jayla Stratton. That'll be her first personal foul and the team's first. The Panthers, once again, attack the basket. They come up empty. Back come the Lady Builders. Kelly thought about it twice, and decided to pull it back in. Basketball gets reversed to Stratton. Stratton off of a screen. And Stratton traveled with the basketball. That'll be the first turnover for the Lady Builders, as Neandra Kelly will have a seat. She'll be replaced in the lineup by Sierra Lundy. Builders with some light pressure in the backcourt. As you can hear Gilliard telling his team to go. He wants them to just really attack the basket, and they do so right there as Malaysia Jemison, the 6-foot guard, banks one off the glass. And we're tied, 6-6, 3:30 remaining in the first period as Joy Wright goes to work underneath. Able to split the defense and able to clean up her own mess. And that bucket gives the Builders the lead once again. Builders pressure the basketball, but there's going to be a foul call. Joy Wright is going to be credited with her first personal foul, the team's second. Panthers, nearly travel with the basketball. Once again, attack the basket, attack the basket, attack the basket. You won't see a lot of jump shots from this basketball team, the Panther basketball team. As Coach Gilliard says, yes, I want my team to be tough, and I want them to attack the basket. As Linton Robinson attacks the basket and scores, and the Builders now with a 10-6 lead. Here's Jemison. One of the few jumpers that you may see from this team. She hits, and that cuts the Builder lead back to 2. Here's Berry. Berry misses everything. Panthers off and running. Feed inside off of the break is off the mark for the Panthers. Panthers once again attack the baseline. That jumper off the front of the iron. Rebound gathered by Lundy. Lundy circles out. Basketball is going to be tapped out of bounds. So remain Builder basketball. 2:06 remaining in the first period. As Neandra Kelly and Shyla Rain Lord will make her way into the contest for the Lady Builders. 2:06 remaining. Here's Berry looking to inbound. Finds Lord. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the Lady Builders. 15 seconds. They continue to operate on the perimeter. Here's Wright with 10. Wright goes right at Jemison. Nothing there. She kicks it. Here's Stratton in the lane. Her jumper off the mark. Loose ball taken by the Panthers. Here's Matthews. Matthews, her shot off the mark. We're just under a minute and a half remaining in the first period. Lady Builders holding to a 2-point lead, 10-8 over the visiting Panthers. From Denmark, South Carolina is Wright. Feeds Lord in the lane. Her left-handed shot, good. So a shade over a minute left in the first period. Builders, Lady Builders, with a 4-point lead. Panthers, once again, attack the basket. We're now under a minute remaining. Here's Jemison. Jemison, her shot blocked. Joy Wright with the block, her first of the night. It was last touched by the Lady Builders, so it'll stay on this end of the court as Sierra Mustafa and Celise Kine coming to the basketball game, but we're going to have a timeout, I believe. We're going to have a timeout. Lady Builders will take a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. 43.7 seconds remaining in this fast-paced first period of action here tonight. Wow. Lady Builders with a slim lead, 12-8 over the Panthers, who have shown well this evening, have gotten several opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, at the rim. They just have not been able to convert. So I am sure that that's one of the things that Coach Javon Gilliard is talking to his team about. Now, Coach Gilliard is in his second go-around as the head coach for the Lady Panthers. He was with them once, left. Now he's back. He's not only back as their head coach, he also is the school's athletic director. And if you get an opportunity or had an opportunity to talk to him, you'll see why he looks for his teams to play with toughness. Jemison, shot off the mark. Rebound cleared by Berry. Lady Builders can't hold for the final shot of the period as Lord gets her pocket picked. Here come the Panthers. Here's Kind. Kind muscles her way inside, and she's fouled. That foul will be credited to Jayla Stratton. That'll be her second personal foul and the team's third. As Sierra Lundy will make her way into the ball game along with Arnasia Porter for the Lady Panthers. 22.9 seconds left in the first as the Panthers step to the free throw line. Now, these are two shots for Celeste Kind. She makes one of two. Lady Builders have an opportunity to hold for the final shot of the period as they lead right now by a score of 12-9 as Lord works the perimeter with Kelly, and I think Lord was fouled. And she was. So Sharon Waters is going to be credited. Wait a sec. Nope. I'll take that back. That foul was not credited to the Lady Panthers. That was credited to the Lady Builders. So Shyla Rain Lord will pick up her first personal foul. That'll be the team's fourth. Once again, Panthers attack. Neandra with a steal. Lady Builders with an opportunity. That shot will not be good if it goes, as Berry nearly sunk that thing. That is the end of period one here at the MLK Classic at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. After one, Builders lead by a score of 12-9. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit GoBuilders.com to get your membership today.
Lundy working to get it over center court. Lady Builders are going to get and that is going to be a 10-second violation. And if you can see what I see, Coach Gainey is going nuts. Most coaches will look at that as a mental error. You have to know how much time is left for you to get the basketball over the timeline. So the Builders turn it over. It's Waters with the shot clock now at 10. Feed inside to Jemison. Jemison, spin move. Off the mark, here's Berry. Berry, who started the basketball game off hot, has one made free throw since the first two opening baskets of the game. She has 5 in the contest. Kelly works the baseline. Feed inside, beautiful feed inside to Linton Robinson, who lays it off the glass with the right hand. And the Builders now with their largest lead of the night, 14-9 over the Panthers. Long three-point shot. He missed absolutely everything. And the Panthers turn it over. Joy Wright will make her way into the basketball game. She'll also be joined on the floor by Elizabeth Shaw. Elizabeth Shaw, the 5'3" freshman out of Suffolk. will join her teammates on the floor. 8:45 remaining in the half. Stratton. Right to Lord. Here's Joy Wright. Her shot off the mark. Loose ball slapped around. I believe it was going to be last touch by the Panthers, and it was. Lady Builders shooting 26% off of 5 of 19 shooting, while the Panthers shooting 22% off of 4 of 18 shooting. So, again, neither team lighting it up right now on the scoreboard. Lord loses it. That'll be the Builders' 4th turnover. It's Waters. Finds Mustafa. Her shot, bit of a wild shot. Off the mark, Shaw able to gather the loose basketball. Stratton working against this man-to-man defense of the Panthers. Shot clock now at 15. Lord looking, trying to find someone. Shot clock now at 10 as Shaw goes inside to Wright. Wright, strong move. Baked it off the glass with the right hand. Builders continue to extend their lead. Now it's up to 7, 16-9. It's Jemison to Waters. Waters finds a lane. Her scoop layoff off the mark, but again, she continues. The Panthers continue to get shots, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, at the rim. They just can't finish them. So Waters, after she missed the shot, she committed the foul. So that'll be her second personal foul and the team's first of the period. Kelly able to get the basketball over the timeline with 4 seconds to spare. Shaw, that's good if it goes for 3, and it's off the mark. Here's Jemison. Celeste Kind with the basketball. She's bumped, so she will go to the line and shoot 2. She's going to be fouled on the play by Neandra Kelly. That'll be her first personal foul and the team's second. Now, in our pregame conversation, I did ask the head coach for the Lady Panthers, Javon Gilliard, well, who should I be looking at, or who should we be looking at when your team is on offense? And he said this young lady that is at the line right now, Celeste Kind, the 5'7" guard out of Lamar. Right now, Kind only has a point. 1 point. And she misses both free throws. As the Builders nearly turned it over right there in the back court. Here's Kelly. She decides to stop, pop, and her shot off the mark. If you are the head coach for the Lady Builders, that is you don't want that. You want to work your offensive set. Instead, you give it right back to the Panthers, who come down court and squeeze it for 3. That's Gabriella Miller. Her first shot off of seeing her first action of the night as Jemison has her shot blocked by Wright. Here's Mustafa. Her shot off the mark, but she was fouled. They're going to give that foul to Joy Wright. That'll be her second personal foul, the team's third. I'm sorry. Okay, so they have something different at the scorer's table than I have. I have the Builders with 3 team fouls. But our P announcer and the scoreboard says there's only 2, so I need to check that at the next dead ball opportunity as Sierra Mustafa, the 5'7" point guard from Charleston, South Carolina, hits the first. And that narrows the Builder lead, which was 1 point at 5. I believe as high as 7, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, Builders have led by the most they've led by so far in this contest is 4, as Mustafa makes them both. Builders now with a 1-point lead over the Panthers. MLK Classic at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as Joy Wright gives it off to Stratton. Horrible pass inside by Stratton. That was a double team underneath. That was just easy pickings on defense as Kine works off of a screen. Her scoop, left-hander is good. And just like that, the Builders' lead has been erased, and they now find themselves down by a point, 17-16, as we have a timeout. Media timeout, we'll take it with them. Lady Panthers. Oh, correction, that is not a timeout. So we'll stay here. Got ahead of ourselves. At the next dead ball opportunity, we will take a media timeout, just not now, so it will be Lady Builder basketball. Wright controls the inbound. Here's Kelly. Kelly looking. Stratton. Lady Builders looking a little disjointed on offense right now as Barry tries to step through the double team. Her shot off the mark. So his last touch by the Panthers, 20 seconds will be placed back on the shot clock as Jaden Exley will make her way into the ball game. She'll substitute for Malaysia Jemison. And we're going to get a foul call, I believe. We will. Joy Wright is going to be whistled for a foul on the screen. That'll be her third personal foul, the team's fourth. As Lord will make her way back onto the floor for Wright. 5:26 remaining in the half. Lady Builders find themselves now trailing by a point as that shot is blocked. Lady Builders control the loose ball. Once again, Panthers in a man-to-man defense. I told you here in the past few offensive possessions, Lady Builders looking a little disjointed on offense. Shot clock now at 10 as Barry looks. She decides to shoot a three, left-handed three off the mark, but Linton Robinson working underneath, just cannot get it to go down, and finally, she's fouled. She had 2 point-blank range layup opportunities underneath the basket, but she just was not able to get those suckers to go down as Jemison will make her way into the ball game, and we're going to have a stoppage here. Timeout, media timeout, we'll take it with them. MLK Classic here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. The Lady Builders trail 17.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
17-16, as myself and Dave Davenport are trying to figure out what the heck is going on with the foul situation. I have the Builders with 4 team fouls and the Panthers with 2, but the scoreboard has the Builders with 3 team fouls for the Lady Builders and 2 for the Panthers, but at one point it was 5 for the Lady Builders. We don't know what the heck is going on, man. Look, we know some people got some fouls, okay? So I've been motioned to say that there are 3 team fouls on the Lady Builders. So I've credited somebody in this game for the Lady Builders with a foul that they did not commit, as Linton Robinson makes 1 of 2, and we are now tied here at the MLK Classic at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Game number 1. Builders in a fight as Jemison misses the whole world on that three-point attempt. So it will be Lady Builder basketball. 4:29 remaining in the first half. Builders leading scorer Renice Berry has been quiet since the first period as that wild shot by Jaden Exley goes in and the Builders back down by a bucket. Stratton able to get behind the defense. Her layup off the glass for 2 with the right hand is good, and we are tied once again. Denmark. Here's Exley working the perimeter. I take it back. This is Exley with the basketball. Her wild shot off the glass. Here's Berry. Berry tries to throw it ahead to Stratton, but instead she turns it over. As you can hear Coach Gilliard telling his basketball team to attack. Jemison does just that on the baseline, and she banks it off the glass for 2. Panthers now up by a bucket. Lady Builders with Lord. Lord gets it inside to Linton Robinson. Her shot off the glass. So the energy is really starting to pick up here late in the second period as Gilliard is imploring his team to attack the basket. There's a good chance the Panthers may start to tire with this sort of a pace. Can't tell it right there as Mustafa able to lay it off the glass. And the Panthers now with a 23-21 point lead. Here's Berry out of control, and Berry is going to get bailed out. They're going to whistle Jemison for the foul. Malaysia Jemison, that'll be her second personal foul and the team's third. So that'll send Renice Berry to the line to shoot 2 as players make their way into the contest for both teams. Sierra Lundy onto the floor for the Lady Builders. Takia Dixon. And I believe that was Kind. Celeste Kind that made her way into the game for the Lady Panthers as Renice Berry misses the first of 2. Not happy with herself after that one. She still has 5 points in the game. She scored those in the first period, and she misses the second. So Renice Berry still with 5 as the Euro step jumper off the mark. Fight underneath for the basketball. Panthers muscle it up and in. Kalia Tucker with the basket. Builders now down by 4, their largest deficit of the evening, as Lundy gets it over to Berry. Berry asks for the screen and gets it. That three-point shot, we're going to call the backboard Bayport on that shot because she banked that one all the way in. And that pulls the Lady Builders within 2. They must not have said that was a 3. They must have called that one a really long 2 as Mustafa is fouled. They're going to give that one to Shanice Berry. That is her first personal foul and the team's 4th. So that'll send Sierra Mustafa to the free throw line to shoot 2. Looking to add to this 2-point lead for the Lady Panthers. And she does just that. Lady Builders' largest deficit tonight has been 4. Their largest lead tonight has been 4. And the second by the Lady Panthers is good. Neville Matthews will make her way back onto the floor. Neville is scoreless tonight as Lundy handles the basketball in the backcourt for the Lady Builders. Lady Builders looking to close out the half strong. Down by 4 as that shot is off the glass and good. Count the basket and the foul. Beautiful job of body control right there by Renice Berry to give her 7th point of the half. So she'll get an opportunity to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. She doesn't. That's her 3rd consecutive miss from the free throw line in this half. Lady Builders still find themselves down by a basket. And they're going to get another opportunity as the Panthers have turned it over. Traveling is the call. As Sierra Mustafa makes her way onto the floor. Here's Lundy. Minute and a half remaining here in the first half of the MLK Classic here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. As Berry looks. Kelly. And she traveled. So back-to-back turnovers by both the Panthers and the Lady Builders. So we'll walk it down to the other end. Well, not walk it, but you know what I mean. Jaden Exley will make her way back into the contest as Dixon will take a seat. Here's Kine. Kine working against Kelly. Just muscled her way right into Kelly. And I believe they're going to call a player control foul. I think. Yep, they are. They're going to call a player control foul on Kine, who just simply gave DeAndre Kelly a forearm shiver on her way to the basket. So that'll be the team's 5th. So should the Builders get fouled, they will shoot 2 with 1:08 remaining in the half. They're now in the double bonus as Lundy pressured in the backcourt, able to break the timeline. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Here's Stratton. Kelly with an opportunity from the free throw line, and she takes advantage. So Lady Builders have tied the basketball game here 27 apiece. That's only a 2 if it goes, and it is. Neville Matthews with her first bucket. Lady Builders cannot hold for the final shot. There is about a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock as Linton Robinson strong move on the baseline. We're now tied 29-29. Panthers can hold for the final. Here's Kine. Kine attacking the basket. Wow shot. She got that thing to go. Are you kidding me? Panthers up now 31-29. Ladies Builders can hold for the final shot, but not a lot of time left as Berry works. Gets open for a 3. That shot good if it goes, and it does. And that is how the first half is going to end here at the MLK Classic. They may look at it. I don't think they should. That is a good made basket as we get the indication from the referee. And the Lady Builders will take a 32-31 lead into the halftime locker room. What a half of basketball here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center at the MLK Classic. Wow. Both teams and the officials will take a break. We will take them with you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with second half action and first half stats and analysis. Don't go anywhere. 20 more minutes of basketball left to be played. We'll step away. We'll be back after the half. 32-31 is our halftime score here at half of the first game of the 2026 MLK Classic, taking place right here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we are thrilled that you are with us as we take a look at some of our first half stats for the visiting Panthers, led by their head coach, Javon Gilliard. Again, they are 6-6, ranked number 10 in this week's USAA rankings. Sierra Mustafa and Malaysia Johnson lead off scorers for the Lady Panthers with 8. Lady Panthers 12 of 39 shooting in the first half for 30%. Lady Builders turned the ball over 11 times. The Panthers were able to take those 11 turnovers and convert those into 11 points of their own. So the Lady Builders have to take better care of the basketball in the second half if they want to get out of here with a victory against a tough 6-6 Denmark Technical College Panther basketball team. For the Lady Panthers, Renice Berry, the leading scorer for the Lady Builders coming into tonight's contest. She went into the locker room as the leading scorer for the Lady Builders, not just for them, but also for the Panthers as well. She had 12, thanks to the three-point shot that she was able to bank in right as the buzzer expired to give the Lady Builders a 32-31 lead. Lady Builders 14 of 35 shooting in the first half for 40%. Neither team really did much damage from the three-point line. Both teams made one bucket apiece from beyond the arc. Lady Builders led by as many as 7 in the first half. The Lady Panthers led by as many as 4. So both teams are out of the halftime locker room, ladies and gentlemen. They're about to come back onto the floor. Exciting first 20 minutes of action here. Will we get the same thing in the second half? 32-31 is our score. Let's get ready. Both teams have made their way from the bench onto the floor. The Apprentice School will start with the basketball first as Renice Berry, again, 12 points in tonight's game. She'll trigger the inbound. Stratton working against Mustafa. Kelly with the feed inside to Joy Wright. She is fouled. That second shot will not count, but that will put Wright at the line to shoot two. She's fouled as Sakina Dixon will be credited with her first personal foul. That's the team's first of the third period as Joy Wright will look to add to her point total, and she doesn't. Joy finished the first half with 5 points, 6 rebounds in the first half for Joy Wright, as she misses the second of 2. Long rebound comes off to the Lady Builders. Lady Builders with another opportunity. It's Berry thought about the 3. Kelly unable to find a lane to the basket. Skip pass to Berry. Toughest shot in basketball. The baseline jumper as Joy Wright tries to save it from going out of bounds, unable to do so. So the basketball goes back over to the Panthers, who are again ranked number 10 in the USCAA polls this week. Lady Builders ranked number 4 in those same polls as the Panthers attack the baseline and convert. Panthers 33, Lady Builders 32, 9-10 as remaining in the third as Kelly turns it over. Back come the Panthers. That shot banked high off the glass for Dixon, and Dixon scores. Dixon, that is her first bucket of the evening. Lady Builders now down by 3. So the Lady Builders now -4 out of the halftime locker room is Berry with a wild shot that went up. Some kind of pirouette. I'm not really sure what that was, but it hit the side of the backboard, and that's out of bounds. Shayla Rain Lord will make her way into the basketball game for Shanice Berry. As you can hear, both coaches just really laying it onto their team. All right, the basketball has now been located. We can put that thing back into play. And we can get on with this 8:29 remaining in the third. As that shot by Dixon. Dixon really attacking the baseline here early in the third. She has consecutive baskets for the Panthers. And the Panther lead is now the largest of the night for the Panthers, 5. Lady Builders nearly fell asleep on offense. 15 seconds left on the shot clock is Berry to Stratton. Nobody on the Builders is really moving without the basketball. Here's Stratton. Lord to Berry. Berry just decides to just throw it up at the basket. Loose ball goes out of bounds. Who was it last touched by? It was last touched by the Lady Builders. Remember, the Lady Builders had some periods of the first half when their offense looked really, really disjointed. It looked really disjointed on that possession as well, as Mustafa just simply able to beat Lord to the basket. And the Builders now see themselves trailing by 7 to the Panthers. Here's Kelly. Right. Baseline. Her shot off the mark. So similar to what we saw the Panthers doing in the first half when they were able to get to the basket and not able to finish, we see the Builders doing the same thing early on here in the third, as the Lady Builders on that possession, on the last possession, Joy Wright able to get all the way to the rack, but she has to finish when she gets there. 7 minutes remaining here in the third. Lady Builders are yet to score out of the halftime locker room, as Joy Wright is going to be fouled. Malaysia Jemison will pick up her third personal foul, the team's second, so she'll go to the bench. So they lose a little bit of size. Again, Lady Builders are yet to score out of the halftime locker room, and we're already close to halfway through the third. Wright finally breaks that drought. First points of the half for the Lady Builders. Joy Wright now has 6 in the contest. As Wright hits them both. Builders now down by 5, 6:56 remaining in the third. Game number 1 of the MLK Classic here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. As Kind, guarded by Stratton. Kind tries to get all the way to the basket. She doesn't. Why? Because she is going to be fouled. So Jayla Stratton is going to pick up her third personal foul, the team's first of the period, as Sierra Lundy will come in, and that'll send Jayla Stratton to the bench, which will put Celeste Kind at the line. She hits the first of 2. And that pushes the Panther lead up to 6. And the second of 2 goes down. 7-point deficit now, staring back at the Lady Builders as Berry breaks the press. Lundy looks to get the Lady Builders into their offense, as Berry works off of a screen. Here's Wright. Wright goes right at the Panther defense, and this time Joy Wright gets all the way to the rack, and she scores. So back come the Panthers, attacking the basket just like their coaches taught them to do. Shot off the mark. Here's Kelly. Kelly gets it into Wright. Thought she got it into Wright just a little bit late as Lord. Her left-hand runner is good off the glass. And the Lady Builders have cut the Panther lead now to 3. Panthers turn it over in the backcourt. Kelly, she's able to convert underneath. And just like that, the Builders knock a 7-point lead by the Panthers down to just 1. Lady Builders force another turnover. Here's an opportunity for the Lady Builders to take their lead right back. Lundy off of a screen from right. Nice roll right with the right hand. Off the glass for two. And just like that, the Lady Builders have erased a 7-point deficit to go up by one. Lady Builders on an 8-0 run. Here's Mustafa. Her step through layup off. That wild shot off the mark. Loose ball gathered by Berry. Lady Builders 2-on-2 break for Lord. Berry there to clean up the mess on aisle 2. And the Lady Builders have extended their lead now to 3. 10-0 run right now for the Lady Builders as Mustafa turns it over. Nope. Panthers able to get it back. Loose ball on the floor. Berry comes away with it. Lady Builders don't quite have the numbers. So Lundy circles it out to the top of the key. Lundy off a screen from right. That play worked a moment ago. Not that time, as the shot clock now is at 5. Builders have to decide what they're going to do with the basketball as Kelly can't pass it. She has to shoot it. Her shot off the mark. Panthers able to break the press and attack the basket with Kind, and Kind is going to be fouled.
Hey, all she wants to do is drive. She hasn't shot the ball yet.
So they're going to credit Neandra Kelly with her second personal foul and the team's second. So we're going to stop right here, have a timeout, media timeout, 3:51 remaining in the third. Builders lead by 3.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
(44-41). Lady Builders with the lead, thanks to a 10-0 run that the Lady Builders have just completed to get themselves out of a 7-point deficit to a 3-point lead. Celeste Kind at the line with an opportunity to try to stop this Builder run, again of 10-0, as the first one by Kind goes down before the break. Neandra Kelly was whistled with her second personal foul and the team's second, as Kind misses the second of 2 as Lundy lets it go out of bounds. So thanks to a 10-1 run, Lady Builders have recaptured the lead here at the MLK Classic as they take on the Panthers of Denmark Technical College out of Denmark, South Carolina. Here's Robinson over to right. Lundy finds a lane, takes it, attacks the basket. Her shot off the mark. Right, battles and fights underneath and muscles it up for 2. Right now with 13 points. As the Builders turn up the heat a little bit on defense. Builders. Shot blocked partially by Linton Robinson, but Robinson is going to be whistled for the personal. So for Linton Robinson, that is her first personal foul, the team's third. So that'll send Jaden Exley to the free throw line to shoot 2. Exley with no points so far in the contest. And that is where her point total for tonight will remain. This has been some kind of game. A lot of ebbs and flows in this game tonight. A couple of really evenly matched basketball teams really going at it tonight. This has been a fun basketball game, I have to admit. Although the Panthers are 6-6, they don't play like it. Now, I wasn't able to look at their schedule to see who they've played this season. Not a lot of information for the basketball team on their website, as we're going to get a foul call underneath. Would have liked to see who they've played and how they fared. Takina Dixon is going to pick up her second personal foul. That'll be the team's third of the quarter. So neither team right now is going to be going to the free throw line. 3:02 remaining. Lady Builders up by 3. Lady Builders' largest lead tonight has been 7. As Lords, baseline jumper off the mark. Another opportunity for the Lady Builders with Berry, and she buries it. Renice Berry, second three-point shot made tonight. She now has 17. The Panthers attack. Left-hander off the glass for Celeste Kine, and we have a timeout. Timeout taken by... So we're going to have a timeout. Let's take it with a media timeout. We'll be back. Lady Builders lead by 4.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
.45 is our score. We're late in the third period of game number 1 of the MLK Classic at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as the Lady Builders look to add to their 4-point lead against the Panthers of Denmark Technical College. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this has been a good one. Started out really slow in the first period. Neither team can really connect from the field. Both teams shot in the 20s. Second period really picked up with the scoring and the pace as the Lady Builders were able to go into the halftime locker room with a 2-point lead thanks to a buzzer beater 3 that banked in for Renice Berry. But here in the third, man, oh man, it has been up and down, up and down, up and down. Right now, we saw the Lady Builders go down by as many as 7. Lady Builders going a 10-1 run where they built a 3-point lead. As we're going to have a foul call on this end. And I believe they called that one on Lord. That'll be her second personal foul, the team's 4th. So that'll put Kind at the line. Kind right now has 11 for the Panthers. So we saw the Builders go on a 10-1 run to give themselves a 3-point lead, and they've been able to maintain that lead thus far with 2:01 remaining in the third as Kind hits the second of 2. She now has 12. So Kind will take a seat. Mustafa will come in for her. Mustafa, she has 10 points. As the Panthers pressure the basketball in the backcourt, Lundy has it poked out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Lady Builders. 28 seconds. on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get the basketball over the timeline as Lundy with the basketball. Working against Arnasia. Porter. Porter is going to be whistled for the personal. Little handsy right there. It's Porter. As Arnasia Porter will pick up her first personal foul. That'll be the team's fourth. Berry looks to inbound. She gets it into Lord. And Lundy. 15 seconds left on the play clock. As Lundy looks, finds Kelly. Kelly launches from three. Her line drive jumper off the mark. Here's Mustafa circling. Finds a lane to the basket, but unable to finish once she got there. Here's Berry. Berry leading the break. Fake the pass to Kelly and able to gather and lay it off the glass for two. And that pushes the Builder lead up to 5. 51-46. Panthers attack. Loose ball taken by Mustafa. Her drive to the basket is money. 51-48 now. Lady Builders with a 3-point lead. We're now under a minute remaining. As Wright hands it off to Lundy. 20 seconds on the shot clock. As you can hear Coach Gilliard telling Porter to back off, that Lundy isn't a shooter. Here's Lord. Shot clock now at 10. Kelly tries to thread the needle to Berry. She does. We're going to have a loose ball foul. They're going to give that foul to Lord. So for Lord, that will be her third personal foul, the team's fifth. So that will put the Panthers in the double bonus, 27.6 seconds remaining. So we'll walk all the way down to the other foul line for the Panthers, and that's where Neville Matthews will step to the line. She'll be shooting two. Matthews now with only a basket. 27.6 left, and she misses the first of two. So the Builders still holding to a 3-point lead. Builders went into the halftime locker room with a 1-point lead. So far, Builders +2 out of the halftime locker room. Make it +1. As Celeste Kind will make her way back onto the floor. Celeste Kind right now is the leading scorer for the Panthers, the 6-6 Panthers, ranked number 10 in USCAA women's basketball rankings is Lundy. Races to the other end. Lady Builders can hold for the final shot, so there's really no hurry. As Linton Robinson can't get anything, she gets it over to Wright. Here's Lundy. Game clock now at 8, 7, 6. Lundy looking, 5. Gets it inside to Wright. Wright is stripped. If they're able to get a shot up, it's good, and they don't realize that the shot or the game clock is about to expire. That shot is up and no good. Lady Builders with a 2-point lead. 10 minutes remaining in this basketball game. We'll step away, and we'll be back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit GoBuilders.com to get your membership today.
51-49 is our score. We're about to start period number 4 here at the 2026 MLK Classic, held right here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Man, I hope you've had fun. I sure have. This has been a very entertaining basketball game against two evenly matched basketball teams. Again, this is a top 10 matchup. Lady Builders come into tonight's game ranked number 4 in the country in the USCAA women's basketball polls, while the Panthers, who I think may have turned it over, I'm not sure. Oh, it's going to be a clock malfunction, so we're going to have a stop in the action until we get those administrative duties handled. But again, this is a top 10 matchup. Lady Builders ranked number 4 in USAA women's basketball rankings, and the Panthers ranked number 10 in USCAA rankings. So two very good basketball teams are showing out here this evening for you and for me. So looks like we have those issues taken care of. The basketball will be whistled back into play. Baseline jumper up and good for Jaden Exley. That is her 3rd point of the evening. And we're now tied. It's Lundy being harassed defensively, looking to find someone to get the basketball to, nearly turned it over. Now, if you're Lundy, you want to circle that basketball back to the top of the key, so that way you have an opportunity to see the floor better than you do when you're operating on the sideline. So they'll coach her up. Stratton nearly stepped into the backcourt. As Linton Robinson gets it over to Wright. Kick to the corner to Kelly. Her 3 off the mark. So the Lady Builders fought and scrapped and scraped to get themselves back to a lead. Could lose it here on this possession depending on what happens. Lady Builders able to defend, so they hold to a tie right now, 51-51, as Linton Robinson lost it. Kelly able to get the loose ball. Her corner 3 off the mark. Here's Berry. Tough shot. The 3-footer unable to go for Berry. 8:44 remaining. Here's Kine looking. Her scoop layup with her right hand is good, and just like that, the Panthers erase the Builder lead. They now take the lead 53-51. Here's Berry. Berry. Right-handed runner off the mark, but I believe she was fouled. That foul is going to be credit to Malaysia Jamison. That is her 4th personal foul and the team's 1st of the period. So one more basket, and Johnson is out of the contest, as the 1st of 2 by Berry is off the mark. So the Panthers hold to a 2-point lead, 52-51. As Berry steps to the line, she now has 19, make it 20 on the night. As Sierra Mustafa makes her way in for the Panthers. Lady Builders now trail by 1 as the Panthers cross the timeline. Mustafa. I think they say she may have stepped out of bounds, or they're either going to call a foul or she stepped out of bounds. So the officials are going to come together to see which one was called first. And it looks like Berry is going to be whistled with the personal. So they're going to say that the reason why Mustafa stepped out of bounds is because Renice Berry pushed her. So Berry will pick up her 2nd personal foul, and that'll be the team's 1st of the 4th. Here's Stratton to Berry. Berry now with 20. Her shot up and no good. She's fouled. So Jaden Exley will be credited with her. Okay, I have Exley for 1. We have 2 team fouls. I missed one. Okay. Berry picks up her 21st point. And we're now tied. Lady Builders with an opportunity here to take the lead back, and they do just that. The 22nd point tonight for Renice Berry, who started off really slow, but man, has she picked it up here in the last 3 periods. Nice job of battling down Neath by Jaden Exley. Exley now with 5 in the game. That long 3-point shot off the mark. Joy Wright, and I believe that's Exley. They're going to call a jump ball. The possession arrow is in favor of the Lady Builders, so the basketball will stay on this end. Kelly looks, finds Wright. Wright, shot up and off the glass. Good. Count the basket at the foul. Takina Dixon is going to be whistled for her 3rd personal foul. That'll be the team's 3rd. So that'll put Joy Wright at the line to try to add to her point total. Joy Wright now with 13. Nope, make it 15. Looking for her 16th point. And she's going to look to see if she can put the Builders in the lead by a bucket, and she does that. Joy Wright completes the 3-point play the old-fashioned way with the and 1, and the Builders up by a bucket. Here's Mustafa attacking the baseline, and she's going to be fouled. Linton Robinson is going to be whistled for her 2nd personal foul. That'll be the team's 2nd. Fouls are really starting to add up here quickly, more so for the visiting Panthers, as you have Malaysia Jamison with 4. Dixon has 3. Waters also has 3. The first of 2 go down for Mustafa. Right now, Joy Wright and Jayla Stratton, along with Neandra I take that back. Lord, they all have 3 as well. So the second by Mustafa is good. We're back tied again. This thing is going to be nip and tuck all the way to the end, ladies and gentlemen, so I suggest you go nowhere. Stay right where you are. Stratton over to Berry. Thought about the 3. Decides to take it to the rack. Her shot off the mark. Here's Kind. Waters with a kick to Dixon. Her shot off the mark. No one hustled for the basketball except for Waters. But it's going to go out of bounds. It will remain Builder basketball. As Shayla Rain Lord will make her way back into the ball game for the Lady Builders. We're tied at 57 apiece. Here's Lord. Feed inside to Lord. Wasn't quite ready for the pass, but she was still able to get the high percentage shot to go. And the Lady Builders now lead by a bucket. Here's Dixon working against the defense. Mustafa to Exley. Here's Waters. Her shot from 3 off the mark, but Exley's there to gather. Loose ball comes away to Wright. Lady Builders clear the timeline with Lord. Nearly lost it, but gets it to Stratton. Kelly now with 15 on the shot clock. Stratton to Berry. Berry on the baseline. Her shot is blocked. That was a clean block, but Berry's there to get it back. But this time, she's going to be fouled. So Shanice Berry gets the opportunity to go back to the free throw line after she was fouled by Celeste Kine. Celeste Kine will pick up her 2nd personal foul. That'll be the team's 4th. So one more team foul, and the Lady Builders will be in the double bonus for the remaining 5:46. But for now, Renice Berry at the line. She hits. She now, I believe, has 23 tonight. We'll double check that at the timeout. And she's all of a sudden, she can't miss from the free throw line. When we saw earlier in the contest, She missed 3 consecutive free throws. She just made 4 consecutive free throws here late in the basketball game. 5:44 remaining. Lady Builders with a 4-point lead as Dixon able to get to the basket easily with the right-hand layup. As again, Coach Gilliard said his team was going to attack. They were going to attack the basket, and they've done just that. Very aggressive on offense. Tough shot by Lord. Rebound comes off to the Panthers. Looked like that may have been a clear out right there. But the officials are going to wait. And they're going to give that one to Lundy. Looked like a forearm shiver that may have been there, but instead they're going to give it to Sierra Lundy. That'll be her first personal foul and the team's third. They said the foul was committed in the act of shooting. I thought that foul was on the floor. But instead, that's going to put Kind at the line to shoot 2 with the clock stopped at 5:11. And the Panthers down by 2, make it down by 1. Joy Wright back into the contest. Joy with 3 personal fouls as Kind misses the second one. Loose ball tracked down by the Panthers. Nice job by Kelly with the strip. And Lady Builders turn it over. Here's Mustafa. Her scoop layup off the glass is good. And the Panthers are now back on top, 62-61. On these, if you've noticed on some of these possessions, the Panthers have done a really nice job of making the Lady Builders play their style of basketball. Where the Builders like to grind it out in the half court, the Panthers have forced the Lady Builders to speed themselves up a little bit, and has caused some mistakes as Lord's left-handed runner is off the mark, fought for underneath, and the basketball is going to stay on this end. Tell you what, let's take a timeout and catch our breath. 62-61 Panthers over the Builders. Media timeout. We'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
62-61, the Panthers of Denmark Technical College up by 1 over your Lady Builders. And man, oh man, if you were in this gymnasium during the timeout, you would hear two teams being coached hard. You can hear both teams really imploring their teams to do what they've been coached to do. As Joy Wright travels, that's going to be a turnover for the Builders. That is now the Builders' 15th turnover of the contest. 4:13 remaining, Builders down by 1. Here's Mustafa with the drive and the dish to Exley, who lays it off the glass for 2, and that pushes the Panther lead up to 3. Exley now with 7. Feed inside to Wright. Wright in amongst the trees, able to muscle the basketball up and in, and that cuts the Panther lead now to 1. Builders go to his own defense to try to cut down on the dribble, trying to penetration by the Panthers, but it matters not. As Kayla Tucker able to bake it off the glass for the Panthers, and the Panther lead is back up to 3. Here's Wright, who just scored just a moment ago. 15 seconds on the play clock. As Berry, her shoe is untied. She stops to tie her shoe. Wright feeds it inside to Berry. Berry's foul shot is up and good. Count the basket at the foul. Renice Berry now with 26 in the contest. And even if she is fouled by Tucker, that'll be Tucker's second personal foul, the team's 5th. So the remaining 3:06. The Lady Builders will be shooting 2, but for now, it's 1 shot for Berry. Her shot off the back of the iron. Builders now trailing by 1 as the kick to the corner to Mustafa. Her 3-point shot off the mark. Rebound taken by Kelly. Here's Stratton. Builders with an opportunity to take the lead or tie, depending on what happens. As that shot goes down for Stratton, and the Builders say, forget the tie, we want the lead. 67-66, Lady Builders. Here's Kine. Builders go back to a man-to-man defense. Kelly picks the pocket of Kine. She gets it to Berry. Berry now with 26. And she loses it out of bounds. 2:19 remaining. Possessions are going to start to become a premium as we get down the stretch. So it will come down to which team is able to handle or take care of the basketball down the stretch is going to determine who wins this basketball game. This one has been fun. Two teams you can tell really want this. Builders with the defense on the baseline. Tough shot by Jamison. Gets that one to go, and that puts the Panthers up now by 1. Builders have to limit their turnovers down the stretch if they want to get out of here with a tough victory. Is Wright. Gets tied up. Jump ball is the call, and that's going to be a turnover. So the Panthers get the basketball off of the possession arrow. They lead now by 1, 68-67, 1:48 remaining. So again, it's going to come down to which team takes better care of the basketball between now and the buzzer at the end of this game. Let's see if the Builders can offset that jump ball by holding the Panthers to no points on this possession. Jamison, her step through drive, thought she may have traveled, but instead they're going to say she was fouled. They're going to give that foul to Linton Robinson. That'll be her 3rd personal foul and the team's 4th. So that'll put Jamison at the line, the 6-foot guard out of Aiken, South Carolina. She's going to try and add to the Panther lead, which right now sits at 1 as Dixon gets sent into the game by head coach Javon Gilliard. So if you need to make some noise in the gym, now's the time to do it as Jamison looks to try to extend the Panther lead, and she does so. Jamison now with 9 in the game. Builders with 3 timeouts, Panthers with 2 as the second is missed. Builders now trail by a single basket, 69-67. It's Kelly. Tries to find someone. She gets it to Berry. Berry back to Kelly. Kelly, that's a long 2 off the mark. Kelly able to gather the loose ball. Here's Stratton with 15. Berry launches from 3. That one off the mark. Loose ball comes off to the Panthers. We're now under 1 minute remaining. Lady Builders down by a single basket. Every possession between here and the buzzer is going to be crucial for the Lady Builders. Can they get a stop here defensively as Waters gets it to Kine. Shot clock now at 10 as Kine attacks the basket. Wild shot, and she got it to go. Are you kidding me? What the heck was that? 31.4 seconds remaining. Panthers up by 2. Tell you what, they're going to step away. We'll step away. We'll be back for the final 31.4.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit
Possibly can. I don't know what play call Coach Gainey is drawing up right now for the Lady Builders, is drawing up right now for the Lady Builders, but it's got to be their best play. They do not need a three-point shot right now. They need a quick 2, and off of the inbound for the Panthers, if they cannot get a steal within the first few seconds of the game clock ticking down, they have to go ahead and foul right away and turn this into a free throw shooting contest down the stretch. So Joy Wright will trigger it in. Dixon will be defending. But the Builders need a bucket, and they need a quick one. Here's Stratton to Berry. Builders don't need a 3 here. They need something going towards the basket. I thought that was it, and they're going to call a foul, I believe. We're waiting. And they're going to call a foul. They're going to call that foul on Malaysia Jamison. That is her 5th foul, so she is now disqualified from the basketball game for the final 20.7 seconds. Joy Wright is going to step to the line. So Joy Wright needs both of these. Builders down by 2 possessions, 71-67. Big free throws here by Wright, and the first one is good. Builders now down by 1 possession here. So after if the Builders are able to convert here, then you just play defense. But again, if you cannot get a steal within the first few seconds of this 20.7, you have to play the foul game. Big shot. It comes off. Lady Builders have to foul right away. They have to foul right away. They have to foul right away, and there it is. So 4.1 seconds came off of the clock before the Lady Builders fouled. So that'll be their 5th team foul. That'll be Shayla Rain Lord's 5th foul, so she is now disqualified from the contest. So she'll have to be replaced. I don't think she knows it yet. Maybe, oh, she only has 4. I'm sorry, she only has 4. As the first free throw goes down, it's now a 2-possession lead for the Lady Builders. Now, even if this foul shot is made, the Lady Builders don't need a 3, but they really need a fast 2 and play the foul game once again as that one comes off. Lady Builders have to, and they're going to call a timeout to advance the basketball. So that will leave the Lady Builders with just 1. So they are going to take a full timeout, so we will stay here. Tell you what, they're going to take a full timeout. We'll step away with them 14.5. Don't go anywhere.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn.
14.5 seconds remaining as Neandra Kelly looks to inbound. Builders just hoist up a quick three that doesn't hit anything. Dixon comes away with the long rebound. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7. And Joy Wright commits the personal foul in the backcourt. That'll be her 4th personal foul. So we'll walk all the way to the other end. 7 seconds remaining. And that'll put Sharon Waters at the line. Waters yet to score tonight. These could be her first points. And she misses the first. Builders still down by 2 possessions here. So whether Waters makes this one or not, the Builders will still be down by 2 possessions with 7 seconds remaining. So they have to go the length of the floor, get up a 3 or 2, and call a timeout. Before that one is launched, there was a timeout called. So there was a timeout called prior to that shot. So the officials are going to take a look at the replay to see exactly how much time is going to be left on the clock prior to that shot going up. So right now the game clock is at 3.4. So they're going to take a look at this to see exactly what the clock should be at. Lady Builders are down by 2 possessions here at home. Prior to this game tonight, the Lady Builders came into this contest 4-1 here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. But, man, this is a team that coached by Javon Gilliard that has come in here and have played very, very well. They take their coaching very, very well. Coach Gilliard said in the pregame that his team was going to attack the basket. I didn't think that he was literal, but they did. They have attacked the basket all night. They have dribbled to the basket all night over and over and over and gotten high percentage opportunities at the rim. They made more than they missed tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and that is why the Panthers are up right now by 4, 72-68 over the Builders. After taking a look at it, they put 4.5 seconds back on the game clock. This is going to be a tall task for the Lady Builders. Not impossible, but it's going to be a tall task to try to overcome this 4-point deficit with 4.5 seconds remaining. So in order to give themselves some time, the Ladies Builders are going to literally have to catch and shoot this thing. So the inbound is going to have to go towards the basket, as close to the basket as. And we get a 5-second violation. So that is going to be a turnover. So the Builders won't even get an opportunity. So again, it comes down to who takes better care of the basketball down the stretch, and that's going to determine who wins this basketball game. So that ball was tied up right there. So that is a tie-up. So that part right there is official. The possession arrow is in favor of the Lady Builders, so the basketball will be theirs. It just comes down to how much time is going to be remaining on the clock for the Lady Builders, down by 2 possessions here in this contest. Entertaining basketball game tonight, very well played, very clean game played tonight. We didn't see any chippiness or anything on the court tonight, so kudos to both teams and how well they've been coached to play the game of basketball. But barring a miracle, the Lady Builders may drop to 8-4 on the season. Again, they're sitting at number 4 in the latest USCAA women's basketball poll, while the Panthers are sitting at number 10 in the USAA women's basketball poll. But this has been a really well-coached game, well-played game tonight. But it's looking like execution and turnovers may be the story of this game at the end. Both teams led by as many as 7 points tonight. Both teams able to go on runs to help erase those deficits and give their teams the lead. But it looks like here down the stretch, the Panthers took care of the basketball just a little bit more or a little bit better than the Lady Builders down the stretch. And again, that may end up being what determines the outcome of this basketball game. So right now the game clock sits with 2.6 seconds on it. Now this will be Builder basketball, which means as soon as they catch this basketball, a shot has to go up. And there's a chance that while the ball is in flight, the game clock will expire. Okay, so one of the officials, Rayo Hasabe, says that 1.8 is going to be the amount of time that's going to be on the game clock. So again, unless the Builders are able to get an alley-oop dunk, I mean, it's a good chance that this clock is going to expire while the basketball is in flight as Joy Wright launches her shot off the mark. And as it hits the backboard, the game clock expires, and the Lady Builders fall in this basketball game. Congratulations to Coach Devon Gilliard and his Lady Panthers from Denmark Technical College as they come into the Apprentice School Athletic Center and take away a well-deserved 72-68 victory over the Lady Builders here at game number 1 of the 2026 MLK Basketball Classic. Man, what a basketball game. Woo! If this is indicative of how this tournament is going to be this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, you are for a treat. This has been fun. We're so glad you could join us, but we're going to say good night here. So for Dave Davenport, for Mike Davenport, we're going to say good night. We'll be back tomorrow with men's action here, so don't go anywhere. But until tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is Builder Basketball.